welcome back. I am the Organizer Advisor, and my goal is to help you enhance your happiness. Each day in our home, we interact hundreds of times with the items in our home, and those interactions either elevate our happiness or they diminish it. When we see something that causes a positive visceral reaction, it actually is like a little happiness hit. It elevates our vibration, it elevates our frequency, and it makes us feel more connected to the life that we are creating, our living experience. However, when we interact with an item that makes us have a negative visceral reaction, we tend to avoid. It diminishes our happiness, it lowers our energy, it lowers our frequency, and it lowers our overall well-being and connectedness to our life. Today, our goal is to enhance our happiness through positive interactions with our crystal items. Now, these items really add a touch of elegance to our lives. They're beautiful, they're sparkly, they reflect the light, especially candlelight. They're romantic, they're soft, they just give that extra bit of refinement to your life. Now, many of us save crystal for special occasions. I don't. I like to use my crystal frequently. I love to have a glass of champagne with my husband or a glass of wine with my family or friends. It really elevates that experience. But if your crystal is dirty and smudged and water spotted, you're going to avoid using it. Because it's just, you'd have to clean it and it's too much work, so you just avoid it. That's that negative visceral reaction. So we want to set ourselves up for a really enhanced experience with using our crystal. And we're going to do that by cleaning it and checking it for damage, and then we're going to make sure that we put our crystal in a place where we're encouraged to use it. I store all my crystal in china in my upper open cabinetry. I have china over there and I have china over here. These are precious items to me. In fact, this crystal belonged to my very, very best friend for a long time. She passed away, and every time I use this crystal, it makes me feel very connected to her. I'm very grateful to have had her in my life for the time that she was with me. I miss her terribly, but I feel like I can connect with her when I have a glass of wine with this crystal and I reflect on our very special memories. But because of the delicacy of these items, we don't want to wash them in the dishwasher. I know many of us do, but I really prefer to wash my crystal in a very safe manner. Now, I often use a plastic bin. I think this is just safer because if you wash this in the sink, it encourages damage and flea bites when it hits a hard surface. So you want to use a soft surface. I like to use 2 plastic bins, one for washing, one for rinsing. If you want to use your kitchen sink, you can put a towel down in the bottom. Only put one item of crystal at a time in your washing and rinsing solution. Too many items means they'll bump together and it creates flea bites and damage, and it can render the piece totally unusable. And when it's a precious treasure, we don't want to do that. So what I like to use, number one, I encourage the wearing of rubber gloves. And then what I like to do is I fill one basin with warm, soapy water. Now you can use a dishwashing tab, which is what I prefer because these are pH balanced and I feel like it's really better for the crystal. Then in the second bin, you can put clear water or you can add a little bit of rinse aid. This is going to help your crystal come out a little more shiny and it will deter spots. Now, you can use a sponge, a gentle rag. Don't use the scrubby side of the sponge. Just use the soft sponge type, but make sure it's a clean sponge that doesn't have any hard little pieces of food residue or anything that could scratch your crystal. So I use a brand new sponge, or you can use a soft cloth. So wash your crystal in the solution, rinse it, and then put it on a towel to dry. I like to use a very soft kitchen cloth, a kitchen towel, in order to dry my crystal. I like to dry it right away so it doesn't have spots. Then create a dedicated space in your home to either display your crystal or store it safely. Oftentimes we use a china cabinet for this, but I like all my crystal where I can see it, where it reflects the light, and that I can grab it and use it whenever I feel inspired to open that great bottle of wine or bottle of champagne, or I'm celebrating something, and we have a lot to celebrate. I'm very grateful that my family has much to celebrate. So even those little special moments, a bottle of champagne, a few roses, a nice dinner, that makes life an event. Every moment is special. Crystal enhances that experience. So I encourage you to use it, but I also encourage safe washing and safe storing of your crystal. I am the Organizer Advisor, and my goal is to help you enhance your happiness through positive daily interactions with all of the treasures in your home. Please remember your daily health and beauty routine. Take time to meditate. Make sure you hydrate. Create a little time for visualization of the life that you want to create. Do some deep breath work to increase your oxygen and your energy and your overall well-being. I wish you health, happiness, and harmony in your beautiful home and the beautiful life you are creating.